vastly improve your aim in Warzone 2 with a little training regime of 10 to 20 minutes per day. And the good thing is you can straight up do it in Modern Warfare 2. You don't have to install any external programs. What is there actually to train about aim? Two very important components, and that is the tracking. So when you're on the target and the target moves around, that you're tracking behind it. And yes, for a mouse and keyboard player, you do actually have to train that. The controller players. And very important is also crosshair placement, which I see you sorely lacking down there, Dave. Listen, Dave. Don't look at the floor, have it on chest level. Two things, I have a perfect one for you. First, go into Modern Warfare, private match, create a private match. And here are some very interesting settings that we can set in Modern Warfare 2 actually. I want to play hardpoint because that always has the opponents gathered and you kind of know where they are, so you can actually find them and don't have to search for them. Now to the settings. There's something very cool to make it Warzone-like under the player tab. 100 is the normal max health, yes. But you can also enable armor, then make the armor be 150 points. So that is the 250 health of Warzone. Plus you can say drop armor on death, yes, 2 plates. Then if you want to make it even more realistic, you can go allow revives. That would be the bleed out. And you would actually have to make the down player health up to, I think it's roughly around 100 in Warzone as well. Because it takes like very long to actually down a down player, kill a down player. That's why I use throwing knives. That sets the pace now for a realistic Warzone vibe. Go to the time limit and put that to 45 minutes. For the map, I like to choose Tarak. It's a relative open map, so you can also practice long range shots when the hardpoint is in a certain position, which is very good. For the bot setup, you're going to choose 4 enemy bots, and they can range regular, hardened, veteran, mixed. I do like to take mixed because that's kind of like how Warzone feels. There's, you know, good, bad, ugly players. Sometimes they're easy to kill. Sometimes they shoot heavily back. It's like this mixed feeling. If you want to do veteran, you get the drift. Now for the perks, make it as realistic as you go for. I have my perk package here. I take smoke grenades because I like to play with them and throwing knives. So we're testing the ISO long range a little bit. That's where we go. And we could obviously go for the shotgun, but let's go for the hipfire Vel in this case. It's the hipfire Vel if you've never seen it. One thing you need to always double check because sometimes it resets weirdly. Number of lives, unlimited. Now the good thing about hardpoint is your 4 opponents will always be there. They'll always be on the hardpoint. So you can easily identify, find them, and shoot at them. And if you want to do some long range shots, you can even try to get a peek on from the longer range here. There's someone coming. No? No one there yet. Let's move a wee bit closer. Like cancel into me. Got one. Obviously don't shell them. See, that's the more easy bot. Reposition. He's getting down. Kind of shooting at you. Try to snipe. So you're getting really on with the cracking. You get beaten. You get shoot in the back. You die. Unfortunate. Monroe had you because you exposed yourself. See? I like the perfect flank. That's what you gotta expect. Also that he kind of shoots you through a wall. just makes it feel more realistic like Warzone. You got him coming and he's a bit worse. You shell him. Timothy and Dave killed. No more plates for you. That makes it feel even more like Warzone, not having plates, having to look for where the opponents are. Infiltrate the hard point. Throw a smoke. Almost get sniped. You throw a knife out. No, it almost feels a little bit like playing freaking Rebirth Island against these guys, and you get like fast used to the movement and such. So you die quite some against these. I mean, put them to regular bots if you want to have more of the aim training. Try out your different kind of weapons. But you notice what I'm saying here. You get the 3 plates. You got to fight without plates. You got to really get used to the actual fighting versus Timothy, Jebediah, and Dave. You're going to find yourself good positions to shoot them at. You're going to be getting shot back at. You're going to fight multiple opponents at the same time, which can be complicated. I mean, this is the longer range you're going to be getting. Can I hit that? Oh, almost. So choose some maps for the longer ranges. Oh, that bot is just better than me. You see some crazy things when you spectate, though. What's the AI doing? They captured the point. The good thing is, in this setting, you can perfectly play around with different sensitivity settings to really get your vibe on how good is your tracking. Is it on? Can you do a 360-degree turn if you're going for this? If you're looking actually for some advice on how to set your mouse settings, there's also a whole video on it that I'm going to link at the end of the video. Drone, double beam, 2 down. Poor little bots. Getting closer, not fully plated. Trying to knife. Oh, you tried to rest. We can't be having that. Get spawn trapped by a bot because you weren't aware enough. And this is also a very good thing. I mean, obviously, I'm not having my headset on here right now, but you got to be working on your awareness. You're only fighting 4 different players, but you're fighting them in this like close little quarters. So you kill him. You got to know that the dude might be coming here or on this side. So, you know, like there is more opponents, and you got to work a little bit on your tactical awareness and movement over the map. So if you get pummeled by 4 bots, you know, of mixed difficulty, you got to work on your reposition and everything, and especially using your high alert cues to not get overwhelmed by your opponents. Get it all on, you know, use what the game gives you to essentially improve as a player, and learn to land your throwing knives. Obviously, I said improve as a player and then missed a throwing knife. That is comedy as it gets. Oh no. Where did he shoot me from? Now, this was obviously for short and long range beaming. Can you also do that for sniping? On Turok, yes. I usually recommend playing Ground War and Invasion if you actually do want to train some sniping, because there's just more opponents around there and you actually get this nice one-shot feeling when you hit someone in the head. Obviously, in Warzone 2 right now, there's no one-shot snipers, which, if you actually train this in a private match, gets you used to getting these follow-up shots back-to-back going, but you're just not going to do it on the distances that you're later going to do in the game. The actual Turok distances feel like something you have on Al Mazrah and on Ashika Island going on. Now, I highly prefer this to going into aim labs, because for me personally, I like to train in the game that I'm playing, not like some artificial bubbles flying around. I want to shoot the people that I will shoot also in the game, with the mechanics, with the movement, with the gunplay, with everything from the game, with my mouse sensitivity from the game. Now, if you don't know how to set your mouse sensitivity, there's a video that might give you some inklings and pointers on actually how to set your eDPI perfectly. And keep in mind that a 1600 DPI is technically better than a 400 to 800 DPI because it has less input delay. We're talking about milliseconds.